Can everyone see my slide?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, so hello everyone. We are the SDR Transcriber group here to present our project to you today. First, we will start out with a brief overview of what the application is. So the SDR Transcriber is an application that gives users access to all the features and content of the radio and more without the need for a radio. So users can see what type of music is being played on what stations. They can view the news, and they have the ability to listen to a radio station of their choice, all from the comfort of their own devices. We have made the application a progressive web application, meaning it works as a normal website in the browser and has the ability to be downloaded and used as a mobile application. So this gives users the ability to use the app anywhere they want and on any device they choose. Our application focuses around software-defined radios, or SDRs. We use multiple SDRs in the backend that receive information from the radio and send it to the application. The figure on the right shows what an SDR device may look like. An SDR, for those who do not know, is a radio receiver / transmitter, but with the unique ability to be controlled by computer software. Such devices are often capable of receiving or transmitting on a wide range of frequencies, unlike a traditional two-way radio. And an SDR has the ability to listen in and sometimes transmit on many radio frequency-based technologies, such as FM radio, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, LTE, GPS, and more. So our SDR transcriber system can be broken down into separate parts. First, we use 3 separate SDR devices, which all capture different data from the different sections of our application, or for the different sections of our application. We have a music SDR, which captures data from the FM music stations to update the music section of our app. We have a news SDR, which stays on the news station and captures that data to update the news section. And then we have a live stream SDR, which is used in the listen to radio section to allow users to listen to the radio through the application. And then we have separate programs in the backend that control each SDR. So the music SDR is controlled to automatically scan through the music stations. It tunes into a particular station for a set amount of time, records the audio, and then sends it to a song recognition API. And this API returns the name and other useful metadata about that song. And this data is then set to storage to then update the application. For the news SDR, it is programmed to tune into one particular news station and record that audio. This audio is then sent to an audio transcription API where the audio is transcribed to text. And this text is then sent to storage to update the application. And this SDR also records and converts the raw audio to a live stream, so users have the ability to listen to the news station and read it if they want. And then lastly, the live stream SDR is programmed to remotely tune into a particular station based on user input from the client application. It then records and converts that audio to a live stream, which users can listen to through the app. So each SDR constantly performs their functions as they continue to receive data. So we continuously update our application in real time as information from the SDRs is received. And this keeps our application up to date with what is going on the radio at all times. And within the applications, users have access to all this different information to use how they wish. And we believe that this could be very useful and practical for people because it allows everyone access to the valuable information of the radio on their own devices, which they can get in any location at any time. And besides the 3 SDRs, we use other software to create our application. So we use Audi.io, which is the real-time music recognition service for audio streams. And it is reliable and simple to use, and it detects songs in a timely manner. So this is what we use in the music section to detect songs. We use GQRX as the computer software to run our SDR devices. We use Assembly AI, which is an industry-leading speech-to-text API that is top-ranked in accuracy, and that's what we use for our news section. And then we use IceCast as our streaming software for the news section of our application. And then we have an RDS MySQL database instance for a storage of all the data from the SDR devices. And we have a Node.js server as well that we connect to the database and call to from the client application to get the data. And then our front-end client application is a React app. And then we host everything on an AWS EC2 instance. So yeah, that's basically the overview of our project and its setup. So I'll hand it over to Dan to talk about the hardware a little bit more and the software running on his machine.
All right, let me just share my screen here. All right, can you all see my screen?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I originally became interested in software-defined radio when I was researching how to make my Bluetooth control LED strip have some custom functionality. Originally, the software is supposed to be more of a police scanner, but I decided to focus solely on music functionality because I occasionally DJ parties at Temple, and this more suits my interest in that area. As Ariana described, SDRs are very versatile devices and have a ton of potential uses. So I decided to use it to help make what we are calling the SDR Transcriber, a way to see and listen to KYW News radio station out of Philadelphia, be able to listen to live radio stations and see what all the music radio stations around Philadelphia have played over the last couple of hours, and see out of all those songs which are the most popular. So I was in charge of much of the SDR related backend for this project, and the myriad of software that we use to make this possible runs all in tandem to give users a real-time view of music and news in Philadelphia. So first I use GQRX, which are these three windows up here. It's the front end for controlling and tuning the SDRs remotely. And as you can see, I run 3 different instances of it, one for each SDR. So one sits on KYW News Radio right here. And the other one right here that you can see is occasionally flipping radio stations is the song recognition SDR. And then the one over here is the manual tuning one, which you can listen to live on the website. So the audio outputs of each of these GQRX instances is piped to its respective virtual audio device, and the software FFmpeg is then used to send that audio to its proper destination. So the news radio stream is sent to an IceCast streaming server, which then streams what you hear on the view news section over the HTTP, while the live radio, the one on here, which you'll soon hear when Ariana demos it, is sent locally to a script over UDP as raw pulse code modulated packets. And the script takes those packets and converts that to a WebSocket format, so the JavaScript running on your browser can interpret that information as sound. So I chose that approach because of the much lower latency that comes with it. One of the problems we had before was like the audio delay for the live radio station was kind of a little much. It was like 10 to 15 seconds, but now we've gotten down to probably like under 3 or 2 seconds. So finally, the Python script that you see down here is the one that is controlling the music recognition API, music recognition functionality. And that basically is the one that records audio, sends it to the AUD API, which is the music recognition API. And then once it gets all that metadata, it collects it and sends it to the EC2 instance in a format that the website can understand. So I will just hand it off to Ariana at this point to show the front end of the site. Ariana, whenever you're ready.
So here is what our application looks like. This is the home page. And as I stated before, the homepage or the whole application is updated live as information from the SDRs is received. So you can kind of see that on the homepage with this banner that's updated as music is recognized from the music SDR. And yeah, now I'll hand it over to Alex to talk about our first feature and user stories.
Okay, yeah, so our first feature is the song recognition and setlist creation for the, yeah. And so if a user wants to know about the music being played on Philadelphia radio stations, or if they're just looking for new music, this is a good way to see what is being played in the area. And the way we got this list of FM stations is that we initially obtained a list of all the Philadelphia radio stations in the area and then went through all of them and identified the music stations. And so the way we get the songs on this list is the song recognition SDR steps through that list of radio stations and records small clips of audio from each of them. It goes through all of them and then cycles around back to the start. And all of the audio clips are sent to the song recognition API Audi, and Audi sends back the song name along with other metadata, including a Spotify link. And then the Spotify link is sent to the Spotify API, which responds with all the other metadata that we're displaying here, including the album cover, popularity scores, which we use to rank songs, and the embedded playback. And so the set lists here are also have filter and search functionalities. So let's say if a user wanted to search for a specific station that they know, let's say 101.1, which is one of the most popular radio stations in the area, you can quickly navigate there by using the search feature. And if a user wants to find a certain genre, if they don't know the stations in the area, let's say I like rock, so we can look for rock. We have those two stations. And within the stations, we go to 101.1. We can also look for songs that have been played to see if the radio station has played a song. So I can search for Rihanna in 101.1, and yep, we can see that there are songs being played by her on the station. Finally, if the user wants to listen to the music, they can just play the playback. So
We can hear that, right?
Yeah, that's good. And with this playback, if you have a Spotify account, you can also easily add the song to your Spotify playlist through the little embedded link here. And finally, if a user wants to find popular music in the area, like there are people that want to make good use of this information, like let's say a DJ that wants to figure out what the local population is interested in, they can go to the top songs. And this is all of the songs being played on the Philadelphia stations, or not all of them, but the top 20 ranked by popularity score. And that is what we have for the music section of our application. And I'll pass it over to Trevor to talk about our next feature.
All right, thank you, Alex. So now we can move over to the view news section of our web application. This section would be useful for a user who is going to work or something like that, who would want to keep up to date with the local news and national news. Here we are scanning the KYW news channel that constantly updates you on traffic in the area, weather, and local events that are happening around Philadelphia. So first, I'd like to show off the live streaming feature of this station.
The Philly DA debate, May 5th at
Right
7
now,
a.m.
it is
live
streaming
on
from Dan's
KYW
SDR,
News Radio and NBC 10.
Sorry,
Yeah, it's all good.
you can talk first. Now.
So it's streaming from Dan's SDR, like he showed earlier, and it's being sent to your browser where you can view it. This would be useful for someone who's like commuting to work and doesn't have like a Spotify account or something like that, and just wants to listen to the news but doesn't have a radio at hand. I can see myself using this feature if I'm driving down from Connecticut to Philly and I need to see what the traffic is and figure out which highway is best to go on. We also have the transcription down below. So we thought this would be a good feature for someone who might be hearing impaired and can't listen to the radio, but really wants to see what's going on in the area. So we have the text that is used from the Assembly AI API that the owner kindly donated us access to since we told him it was for a school project. But here, what we do is we download, or we record about a minute's worth of audio from the radio station, send it over to the API. The API takes like 30 seconds to transcribe like a minute long of audio, and we constantly update this page every minute. If you want to navigate to the all news section on the right, here we have different timestamps of the transcribed news. So if you want to go to 408 down at the bottom, and this is all the transcripts from what was being said on the radio from 405 to probably like 420. So this could be useful if you are someone that likes to listen to the news, but wasn't able to listen in the morning, and you want to see what's going on earlier in the day. You can pop on here and read what happened, say you're on a lunch break or something like that. Those are all the features from the news section, and now I'm going to hand it over to Mark to go over the radio.
So yeah, for the next section, the listen to radio feature is for the situation where somebody would not have access to radio, but does have access to the internet or our website and wants to listen to radio. So I obviously can see myself doing this in a lot of situations where if I wanted to hear something that was on the radio, then, and I'm not like in a car, I usually don't have a radio with me. So I do have my phone though, so that would work out pretty well, and usually I have internet connection. So this section only contains the FM stations due to SDR technical constraints. So this is for music. One SDR is used for this part, which the user can remotely control and connect and live stream one station through the website based on the user's input. So also Dan had kind of mentioned this a little bit, but it's taking raw code from the SDR and Dan's computer, and then sending it over the internet as a UDP packet for low latency to the client. And so yeah, this has like pretty low latency. So if we could click on a station, maybe B101 would be perfect. There we go. So you can see that it is the audio is playing, and this would be used for again, a user story where somebody wants to listen to a certain radio station, and then you assume that your song ends or it goes to commercial or something, and you want to listen to another station. So for example, Q102, and there you go. So yeah, it gives you just radio access. And then for scan, this would be for a situation where, well, let me explain the scan feature. Scan feature is a scan on a radio. I assume that everybody kind of understands it. It just browses through stations at a consistent timing. If somebody doesn't want to know exactly what they want to listen to, but does want to listen to something, they would use this feature. So then, for example, we could find a station that we want and click stay. Obviously, this is the most clear, but say you wanted to hear the song, you click stay, and yeah. So that's about all the features we have for the listen to radio section. And then if you're done listening to it, turn it off. And so yeah, now we're going to pass it over to Annalise for the PWA section.
All right, awesome. Okay. Share my screen. Can everybody see this?
Yep.
Okay, awesome. All right, so before I go into the actual PWA, I want to talk about what a PWA is. So it's a progressive web application, which is an application built through the web, as it says, using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript and what we call service workers. And we do this using responsive design. So in short, you would pretty much just open the web browser. We use Safari, and you pretty much download a bookmark, but it looks like an application, like any application on your phone. So we have an install mobile app here button, as you can see right on the homepage. This is used for Android phones. It cannot be used on Apple. So any iPhones, because Apple has their own protocol when it comes to downloading PWAs, you have to do it a certain way. So that's what I'm going to show here. All right, so here is the website just on our browser. So to download it onto an iPhone, you'd go to the share icon, you'd go down to add home screen, and we're just going to keep it as SDR Transcriber. Now you can see the application right at the bottom. Just like any application, it looks the same, and works the same way. So here we are. Here's the home page. Looks exactly like it does on the website. So first, we are going to go to the search music. And as you can see, it is set up a little bit differently. Again, responsive design. So you can go through and look at any of these, the same radio stations from Philly radio stations. So we're going to look at 101.1. Again, you can look down at all the songs playing on this radio station. So now if you want to look up Adele or Rolling in the Deep, let's say, I'd go search. Don't even need to say it all. And it shows up. And again, you can use the Spotify playback button. Sorry.
Yeah, we weren't able to hear anything you said because the music was too loud, but I like the song.
Okay. I thought I got cut off or something. I was gonna say, oh no, not my Wi-Fi. All right, so that playback button works. And again, you can also use this to easily download or save the song onto your Spotify account. So I'd click the Spotify button, it'd take me right there. And then I can go in, save that song. There's a fire starting. All right. So next, we're going to go to the view news. Same thing as I said before, you can go through and read the news just like you would on the website. Of course, set up a little bit differently. And then we can use the play.
It started with one Steven Singer 24-karat gold dip rose.
Is that loud?
Now she wants a whole bouquet. I hate Steven
Yeah, we can hear it.
I hate StevenSinger.com
Can never
for
tell.
dazzling diamond
All
gifts
right.
she'll love.
So there's the live broadcast. And again, you can go to all news and look at all this, all the different ones from the day if you want to read. There we go. Go read through all of it. And then we're going to go to listen to radio. Again, here are all the stations. We're going to go to 96.5, connect. Oh, 96.5, what are you doing to me?
We can hear it.
Oh, you could? Okay, awesome. It's like all staticky on my end. Okay,
yeah,
awesome.
no, that's just the static is just because the signal's a little weak for that particular radio station. So.
Okay, so let me see. Yeah, there we go. I was gonna say, I think it's 96.5. Let's do it. Awesome. Last but not least, we're gonna go to top songs. And again, here are the top 20 songs played in Philadelphia, the top popular. So let's go. Again, you can add. So the reason that people want this, want to use the PWA, is maybe they want to listen to the radio, they want to listen to the news, but they're not at home and they're on the go. So they can access all the same things that they can at home on a computer, and they can access all of that on their phone right there. Super easy. So say you're running to work, say you have to go somewhere, but you want to listen to what's on the radio, what's popular, you can do all of that. So that is all there is for their PWA. And for our project, to recap, this app gives user all the content of the radio without the need for the radio. The user can search and find music from the radio using their music section. They can stay updated on the news by either reading or listening to the news in the news section, or they can listen to the music station in our listen to radio section. They can do all these things with our website, or they can download the mobile version and do these same things on the go. This is all that we have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. And does anybody have any questions?
Great. So, yeah, this is a great application. I see a lot of features. I like it. Let's say give you a use case, right? You know, everybody living in Philadelphia, everybody, you know, you have your favorite FM station, right? I say you said 101.1 is most popular, you know, radio station in Philadelphia. Think about it. If you travel, right? You travel somewhere, not in Philadelphia, you're out of state. You're gonna miss that station, right? Even you have a radio with me, you cannot listen to Philadelphia 101.1 station, right? Now you have this app. You say, hey, I can still listen to Philadelphia 101.1 radio station, even I'm not in Philadelphia. That's the beauty of the application. Is that right? Okay, great. So I also see you guys resolve the static, you know, bug. You know, that's what last time, every time you tune to a new station, the first couple of seconds, you hear some kind of very bad static. You know, I see you guys resolve that issues also. Scan also works. Delay time, what delay time? I tested your app demo 3 demo. I think it was like a 10 seconds delay from the real radio I played, you know, to the audio from your app. What's the real delay now?
So it should be around 2 to 3 seconds.
2 to 3
now.
seconds?
Yeah, you should, yeah, I'd invite you to go try it.
Change to that at 101 point again. I have a radio with me.
Me do it? Okay.
Yeah, you want to do it, Ariana?
Sure. Oh, wait.
I have a radio with me.
Okay, whenever you're ready. Okay.
This is real time.
Sounds like it's actually like less than a second.
Let's see where it stops. We know the difference. Oh.
Did we get it? Or-
Yeah, no, I think I heard like the lyrics are probably less than a second apart.
Yeah. Yeah, even less than 3 seconds.
Yeah, I think it was probably sub-second. It's probably like maybe half or 3/4 of a second probably.
Yeah, you see, this is a radio, right, Kate? This is a real radio.
You want to keep playing, Ariana?
Giving you your very first code word to get you qualified for the trip for 4 to all 4 Walt Disney World theme parks. I can't wait. Here's Justin Bieber.
Yeah, great.
Blanco on the beat.
Everybody knows my.
Okay, great. Thank you very much.
Yep, no problem.
Yeah,
Thank
okay, really good demo.
Thank you.
Okay, anyone else have any questions? Are you gonna keep your app running all the time so I can listen to my radio if I'm on a train or something? Somewhere
As long
I
as
don't
the
have an FM radio with me.
as long as the CST school pays for the EC2 fees, sure.
Oh. How much it cost?
That's a Trevor question. I don't know how much do you think we've racked up so far?
I think last month was like $12. And we probably had it on for like a total of like a day, I think.
Yeah, probably something like that.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
don't keep it on the whole time, so.
Yeah, because we're paying for the database and the EC2 instance. So it's
For
not
database? You can
Yeah,
use
we
it
have to pay
free.
for the RDS database.
Why the special database yet they have charged money? If it's just a pure database.
I forget.
We
you
could
can-
probably, I mean, we probably could have set it up to just like have our own MySQL database running on. it,
Yeah,
actually.
that's my point. That's my point.
Yeah, I think we
Should be
just had
free.
it set up and never switched it over
Okay.
from the beginning.
Yeah. Okay, great. Yeah. Okay, thank you very much. Let's move on to the next project.